Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy YouTube Blue coming back at you again, man. Hey. It is another weekend, another week. Week three. Week three already, guys. We are already in week 3 of the NFL season. Can y'all believe that? But the Cowboys don't play till Monday, so I guess that's a good thing. Because we got injuries and COVID, guys, on the COVID list. Now, I've spoken on this before, about the Cowboys, having to deal with the COVID. Just every team in the NFL has to deal with that. But I feel like specifically our defensive line has been hit heavily with the COVID thing. Whether they had COVID or whether they were around somebody that had COVID, or just our defense in general. Outside of the injuries, we know DeMarcus Lawrence is out with his broken foot. Bradley and I is now on that COVID list. Randy Gregory has been taken off, so we will have Randy Gregory for the game at least. Will Chauncey Golston play? Does this give the opportunity for us to finally see our draft pick, Chauncey Golston, out there? Because we hadn't seen him practice yet. I know he's practicing with the team this week, but we can't really see that. But we didn't see him in training camp because he wasn't there. He was on the PUP list. So is he going to get to play on Monday? Is he ready to play? Terrell Basham, they're going to go out there and they're going to do their thing. Are they going to do their thing? So we're short guys right now because we're losing guys. Carlos Watkins is out with an injury. Dorrance Armstrong is out with an injury. And those were our backup guys. Those were the backup guys. So thank God we're playing the Eagles this week, right? It's a division rival. I know we could beat the Eagles, and I look at it like this. What's weird is nobody's giving the Cowboys a chance to win this game. It's like all the articles I read got the Eagles edging the Cowboys, and I'm like, how? Like, I understand the Eagles are fast. I give them that. The Eagles are fast this year, but they still got a new coaching staff. They got a lot of new things, and they're still learning each other right now. So that's the advantage that we have over them right now. They're still trying to figure things out over there. Jalen Hurts, he can throw the ball deep. He can. But he's not a guy that's just going to... You don't want him throwing the ball around all over the yard because, that's not what he does. He's a dual threat quarterback. He's like a Michael Vick. He can throw the ball, but he's more of a threat running the ball, getting out of the pocket, making space, and then throwing the ball. Now, I seen what they did the last game. He had a long bomb to Quez Watkins and things of that nature. But outside of some of those deep balls, I'm not really afraid of the Eagles at all. They're without Brandon Graham. He's out, I think, for the year. I think he's got a knee issue, ACL tear, something. He's got something going on. But if he's not out for the whole year, he's definitely out for a long stretch of the time. But I think they said he was out for the season from what I hear. But either way, they still got Fletcher Cox out there. Hey, I forgot, they got Ryan Kerrigan too from the Washington team. Now, Ryan Kerrigan is not the player that he was in yesteryear, but he's still a guy that poses a threat regardless. Now, if we play sound in this game, Dak Prescott does what he does, and they're what? They give up yards in the run game. We can run up their middle. So Zeke and Pollard should definitely eat this game if he used them as a two-headed monster. They're going to be good with that. So if we just play sound football, limit the penalties in this game, because we had a lot of penalties in the last game. Damn ridiculous. Can't keep doing that because you kick yourself in the foot. A good team will beat you if you keep kicking yourself in the foot by having all these penalties. Now, the Cowboys come in there, they're going to have to definitely get in the run game. Dak Prescott do his thing in the air. I think we'll be all right. Now, as far as the defense goes, I know we're missing a lot of our starting pass rush guys, but we can still mix it up. I believe in Dan Quinn, and I believe he's going to mix things up. He might put Micah Parsons in different areas. Of course, they're not giving up the game plan. They're not going to do that. But I think that what's going to help is the fact that they're moving these guys around and doing different things. Looks like Bradley and I, he's on the COVID list, so he's not going to get to play. Keanu Neal is on the COVID list. Not because he had COVID, because I think he's an accessory. He was around somebody that had it. So maybe Keanu Neal has a chance of coming back because it's a home game. And maybe we'll find out maybe Monday morning if You know, he has 2 negative tests by then. We'll see. But outside of that, the keys to victory for them for beating the Eagles literally is play Cowboys football. I think overall we're still a better team than the Eagles, even though we have some of our defensive linemen out. I think that if we rotate properly and do what we need to do and play sound football, I still think that we could beat them. That's just how I feel. From looking at the Eagles, looking at their last 2 games, I'm not really afraid. And the only thing I'm really worried about is those deep balls to Quez Watkins and their running backs. They got good, stable running backs. They got Gainwell and they got Miles Sanders. Both of those guys are elusive out the backfield. They Eagles use them kind of like how we use Zeke and Pollard. So that segue in what I was getting ready to say to end the video. This whole debate about this running back thing. If you look around the league right now, you're seeing less of a one-back bell cow, and you're seeing more of a two-headed monster type of deal with teams nowadays. Now, let me look at you like this. I'm tired of hearing people say, "Oh, let Tony Pollard play over Zeke." Stop that. That's ignorant talk. That's dumb. Because Tony Pollard can't do what Ezekiel Elliott can do. Y'all stop disrespecting Zeke, right? Zeke Elliott is still that guy that, first of all, Pollard can't block like Zeke. Pollard is not big like Zeke. And if Pollard was to be the number 1 and to have those carries and to have a defense paying attention to him, because defenses don't really pay attention to Pollard. That's why Pollard gets all of these yardage, because he's not getting paid attention to. It's Zeke the one that gets the attention drawn to him, because he's the dynamic player. You know what I mean? I still think that Zeke is still an every down back, but he's your power back. He's your number 1. And he should always be that over Pollard, because Pollard can't pass protect like Zeke can. One thing that people got to understand, that as a running back, it's more than just running the ball. You have to be able to protect your quarterback. You have to be able to do more than one thing. Blocking is huge when it comes to being a running back. And if you can't do that consistently, you will never be a number 1. I don't think Pollard is a number 1. Pollard is a great change of pace back. He's more elusive than Zeke is, obviously, and he's younger than Zeke. So when you got a guy like that where you're having to pay attention to Zeke and you have a two-headed monster, it's good to have both of these guys. You can use them interchangeably. Fans, listen to me when I tell you, don't worry about who, unless you got fantasy. I know, you still want Zeke to have his numbers. I get that part. But outside of the fantasy world, understand that you need both of these guys. You need both Zeke and Pollard, because you need that changeup, right? That's why when you see Pollard come in, he's breaking big gains, because of the simple fact that they don't know that he's coming in and doing that. They're not prepared for that. They didn't study all week for that. They study all week for Zeke and what Zeke is doing, not what Tony Pollard is. Now, if Tony Pollard becomes your number 1, he's not going to do what Zeke does. He's not going to be a productive. Then you're going to be hollering, "Oh, I thought Pollard was good. Pollard sucks." That's what dumb fans are going to say, because they're going to look at Pollard and be like, "Well, what happened to the Pollard?" That's because they're paying attention to him now. Understand that Pollard can't do what Zeke does in the run game. Pollard is great. Don't get me wrong. He's great. He's a great back, but he's not a power back. He's a scat back. He's a back that comes out there. He breaks. He gets those yards. He's great on screens, end arounds, bubble screens, all that. He's good for doing that. And if you do run him, you run him in situational plays, like how Kellen Moore is doing it now. I like the way Kellen Moore is running both of them now. We definitely couldn't do that when Jason Garrett was here. I'm gonna tell you that, because Jason Garrett, and I'm not trying to say Garrett was a bad coach. He's just an average coach. Jason Garrett was just a plain duck of a coach. He wasn't a guy that went out there and wanted to do different things. That's why now all of a sudden you see, and yeah, we don't have Scott Linehan and all them here either. So, with Kellen Moore running his own offense now, we can see the dynamic things we do. We can see some of the trickery. We can see some of the fun things that we see them doing on offense. And I love that, because it keeps the defense on their heels. So again, you keep the Eagles on their heels this week, and you keep running the offense like you did week 1 and week 2. they'll win the game. Greg Zuerlein, keep making those kicks, baby. I see you coming back from that I told y'all, coming back from that back surgery. You just need a little bit of time. But I think Greg the leg is back. Let's hope Keanu Neal could play. But if not, next man up. Get Jabril Cox in there. Get all these linebackers in here. Everybody's got to play their role, and everybody's got to do it the right way. You know, I know everybody's worried about the defensive line, but again, this is why we have a better coordinator now. He's able, because your game plan changes every week depending on who you play. So, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Amari Cooper. We know he's dealing with some bruised ribs. He's, you know, questionable now for Monday, but we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about this. Eagle fans, if you guys are in here, shout out to the Eagle fans, the good Eagle fans that come in here. Shout out to y'all. Much love, much respect. But we got to get this win this week. Oh, yeah, and Eagle fans, if y'all in here, you listen to this video, Sirianni, your coach. What's up with the Beat Dallas shirt? That's giving me high school Harry vibes. Stop that. That's childish, bro. Like, you don't see us on this end wearing... I would never wear anything with Eagles on it. I would not. I'm not, oh, beat the Eagles. Nah, because, you know, y'all do that whole Dallas thing over there in Philadelphia. We don't do that over here. We just get ready for the next opponent. Study my opponent. And defeat my opponent. That's it. We do it by doing, not by talking. So stop talking and play the game. But in the meantime, between time, like, share, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy YouTube Blue, always keeping it real. Peace out.